It's time for the MD and Chef Team Show.
Let's go!
The content in this show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended for medical advice. It does not take the place of medical advice or treatment from a physician or health professional. Listeners and viewers should consult their own doctor or a qualified healthcare professional for specific health and wellness concerns and questions. And now, let's start the MD and Chef Team Show.
Microphone, okay? And it looks like it's going, hi! Hey, how are you doing?
Okay, here we go again. Welcome to the MD and Chef Team Show. Thank you, Rubio, for letting us know behind the scenes what's going on.
We would have never known.
For some reason, our normal microphone wasn't working.
So now we know, babe, that we need to look at that green
there we
thing.
Go.
You need to. It's your job,
The
not
producer
mine.
needs to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just the doctor.
So the sound might not be as high of a quality today because we're going with just a normal mic, but hey, let's see how we go.
Do you know how to fix it in the future?
In the future, yes.
Okay, but not now.
But not now.
We'll deal with what we got.
So away we go. So welcome everyone. I'm Nutritional Chef Michael. Here's my beautiful wife, Dr. Isabel.
Bum-ba-da-da.
Da-da-da.
And yes, we're excited to be here because
Yes.
this topic is amazing. But I'm not going to let them know what the topic
don't
is.
start already. But thank you for joining us. And by the way, as you can tell, the comments are open. So wherever you're watching this, you can jump in on the comments.
And Rubio just said,
Yep.
yep, the regular mic is
Regular
working.
mic is
Thanks,
working.
Rubio. You're a
Yay.
blessing. Thank you so much.
So thank you for
All the
joining
way
us
from
today.
Idaho.
I know, in Idaho.
And we're in
Great.
New Zealand. Is that amazing?
That part of the technology's working. Comments are open wherever you're watching it. And if you catch us on replay, give us a hashtag replay and still add your comments, suggestions, questions. We love questions. We'll get back to you on those even throughout the show. So here at the MD and Chef Team Show, I want to briefly just say, what we're all about is functional nutrition, functional medicine. And what that is, if you're not familiar with that term, it's getting to something you've probably heard of called root cause. And easily explained of root cause is, let's say you stepped on a tack and ow, that hurts. And yes, you could take some painkiller, maybe put a Band-Aid or what's called a plaster on it, cover it up, and it's still kind of hurting, and eventually, you'll have to take some more medication for it. It's still hurting, but you've got some temporary relief. But getting to the root cause says, well, let's take a look at really what's causing this. Oh, there's a tack in my foot. Let's pull the tack out.
What an idea!
Let's look at that.
Let's
and
pull the
address
tack
it.
out.
Yes, let's get to the root cause.
Who would have ever thought to do that? Oh, a functional medicine doctor.
A functional
And a functional nutritionist.
Yes. So that's what we do, and that's why we get into what we're talking about. And today, we're really going to get into the mindsets behind health, goals, dreams, anything you're looking to accomplish, because you and I have found that this is so important, when we're coaching with people, no matter what area of health we're working in, and they come and they've got something going on, that there's a mental process they have to go through to get to succeed. And if we don't address those mindsets at the beginning, it's just not going to happen. So we're going to talk about that process, and there's a season in the middle that we're going to talk about today. And we'll get into some answers and probably some questions, some answers about what that is all about.
So our conversation for today is called Stuck in the middle again. The messy middle.
Jumping ahead on me.
Well, babe, you know, I'm just kind of like helping, you know.
Helping you roll along.
Yeah, move forward.
So we are the question is, stuck in the middle again. What's that all about?
Stuck in the middle.
So we're going to bring some answers and clarity to that and sing along the way.
Why not?
Why not? So this is like us as friends just sitting around. We're having a conversation at the coffee table.
Or husband and wife.
Husband and wife. Friends hanging out with us. They're talking about different things. We all got some discussions about what's going on. So stuck in the middle again. All right, well, I want to start this off, just a statement. In order to achieve our goals, we have to embrace the change. Embrace the change. And embrace the change and become the person we need to be. This season of the messy middle is an exciting time of growth and transformation. Now, yeah, I know. It's like, it's an exciting time, but yet, this season we're talking about is the season between when we decide to do something.
Which is really exciting. Like, yeah, we got a goal. We know what we want to do.
Yeah.
The beginning.
We've got to start. We're ready.
Yeah.
And I think it's really pertinent for this time of year. Here we are, early 2025. We're almost into March. I'm sure most of us by now have set some things that we want to do for the year. Hopefully you have. I mean, we can talk about health. We can talk about finance. We can talk about relationships. It could be just about anything in life. But hopefully you've said some things like, yep, in 2025, I want to accomplish this. And we're starting now to move past that. Okay, yep, I'm at the starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're starting to head into that season where it's between the starting point and actually succeeding in what we said we wanted to do. And we call that season the messy middle.
Now, we would like to interject here. At least I would.
Yes.
I'll have a little note here. Now, we have been in the messy middle since 2013. So, the messy middle doesn't have to be like 2 months, 3 months. Oh, no. When you got a big goal and a big dream and a big vision, the messy middle can be wavy up and down and messy for, 2013, that's 12 years now.
Now, to clarify
it doesn't have to be your...
I don't want to scare anybody. That doesn't have to be, because that's a really huge goal. So, that huge goal, there's a longer messy middle, but it could be just, hey, I'm looking to lose 5 kgs a week.
Or get metabolically fit, all that stuff. So it doesn't have to be 12
those
years.
Could be weeks or months types of messy middle, so it doesn't have to be years.
But the reason I bring that up is because we understand the pain and the suffering of being in the messy middle. And that's why we like to share it with you, to give you hope and encouragement, because it's messy, it's painful. However, when you look back and you see who you used to be to where you are now, you'll be blown away. So the messy middle is just, it needs to happen.
Yes. It does.
So we're kind of experts in the messy middle. We'll let you know when we get to the goal, when we reach the goal this time. But right now we're in that messy middle. So here's some points.
And in the beginning, we have this optimism. We're excited. We're ready to flourish. We're up, and it's like yes. And we've seen this so many times with people we're coaching with and working with in health and our area of expertise, and we get fired and we see it, and things being implemented, and then sometimes that person doesn't realize that there's going to be junk in the middle, that they kind of start to fall off, and we've got to get that mindset right to make sure that you can get through this, because this is the time now where we develop that word resilience. We hear it all the time, but we develop that time where we gain our strength. We get stronger in what we're doing. We actually gain more strength in what that goal or where we're headed to is, because it starts out as exciting, but now as we're going through the messy middle, we get stronger in, yes, I am going to get there and I'm going to achieve that. At the beginning, it's an optimism and yoo-hoo. But we have to move through that frustration season to really build that resilience and strength to get us where we want to go.
And character.
And character, to be there.
Lots of the right character.
Because in that
and character is simply, in a simple definition, is just your habits. You really solidify good character, good habits that help you move forward and up.
Yeah.
Or you don't develop those characters that help you and you go forward and down. So
yes, very good. Yeah.
Well, it's just my life lessons during the messy middle. The girls, our daughters, always go, "Oh, here you go again, Mom, another life lesson." I have a ton of them, and still will continue to have it.
And in that messy middle is that time now where we start to get where the doubt starts to seep in. Like, can I really do this? Am I actually going to get there? A little bit of uncertainty. We're not sure. That stuff starts to creep in on us. And that's why this discussion is so important, because no matter what we're doing, I've never seen anybody, and I'm not to say that'll never happen, that where we coach, that they just move right through. There's always been bumps. There's always been drop-offs and having to get back up and go again and keep, it's not just like, oh, I've got a goal down here and I've started and it's just like zoom, straight there. I'm sure it happens, but I haven't seen that.
But that's not life, hon.
No, that line of getting there is like, that.
Or the line is like.
Yeah, or even some backwards and forwards.
Oh, okay, then you reach it.
Yeah.
I almost poked your eye out. Sorry about that.
Boom.
I'll put the pen back in. I'll use my finger next time.
So let's talk a little bit about why this season is actually so important and how it works and some ways to help us get through it. Because now it's like, I understand it. It's a tough season, but how do I get through this season? And I know for us, it's been so important to learn how to move through this season. Because you can fight it.
Like I used to, but not anymore.
Or you can embrace it and say, okay.
And surrender to the process. So, what?
I like that.
Is that a tweetable? Or an Xable?
An Xable. It's not a tweetable anymore.
Now?
It's an Xable. Surrender to the process.
Surrender to the process. Just, you got to surrender to the process. And it's going to be painful because you got to change, and nobody likes a change. Nobody likes a change. Not even a baby likes a diaper change. I know that's way down there.
Yeah,
I know, but
so
it's
good.
true.
Yeah,
not even babies. I mean, from the beginning of life, even a baby doesn't like changing their diaper. They like sitting in the muck. They love sitting in their poop and their pee, and it's like, it's not good for you. It's going to burn your skin. You're going to get nappy rash. You need a change in nappy.
Yeah.
And so that's what the process does, is it changes you so that you're not sitting in your poop. You're not sitting in your worst. You're actually changing to get to that goal. But it's hard.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, after the change, even with the baby, then they're usually giggling and smiling and like, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah, and they smell good.
They're clean and they smell good. They feel good. Now I'm clean. Oh yeah, this is good. I like it.
Yeah.
And just with us, as we finally moved through this process and done some changes and grown, and we're like, I don't want. And then we get down here, we're kind of like, hey, actually, this is pretty cool. This feels good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. This is good.
Yeah.
And really thanking yourself.
Yeah.
For following through.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some things in that messy middle on how to get through it and what the goodness it brings to us. So in that messy middle is a time where we actually unleash our potential. Because as we're going through that, again, if we want to achieve something, we're looking to get through there, and I'll just talk about the area of health, and we're looking to get to that area of health. If we already knew how to do it, we'd have done it.
Exactly.
So now we need to unleash our own potential that's within us
that we don't even know.
that we don't know.
Yeah.
to
But
get
we're opening
through.
up the doors.
Yeah.
We're taking off the chains.
Yes. Yes.
That the school system has put on us, the societies have put on us, friends, family,
the healthcare system.
the healthcare system. Boop, boop,
Dive in.
Here we go. Look, I joke about this because embrace the stuck. Oh, that's good, Rubio. Embrace the stuck.
Yeah.
And I just want to go back again to our messy middle, which started in 2013. The reason it's such a messy middle is because people are so entrenched in believing that they're just waiting to have a heart attack, waiting to have a stroke like my parents did, waiting to have diabetes. You know what? You don't have to wait anymore. Believe it or not, we don't have to have that. And that's what we're teaching here at Doctor on a Mission is you can actually prevent and even reverse disease. Yes, you can, but not the way we're taught in conventional medicine. In conventional medicine, I was just having a discussion with one of my colleagues in urgent care the other day. She goes, we don't have a healthcare system. And I go, you know, she's younger and she's just a brand new doctor and she's just waking up to the fact that, no, we don't have the healthcare system. We've got disease management. And that's what we're taught to do, is to do the disease management with drugs, surgeries, you know, sending people to specialists. And that doesn't have to happen. You can actually take control of your health and in your home with your food, with your relationships. And that's what we're doing here on Doctor on a Mission. And sometimes the message is received, and other times, you know, it's received, and other times people think we're crazy, we're quacks, we're kooks. Kind of like people think RFK used to be a kook.
Yeah,
but now look at him.
Yeah, all that kind of
cleaning things up. You go, Bobby.
Yeah. In the messy middle, one thing that, well, not one thing, there's many things, but one of the areas that has really helped me is understanding and embracing that I'm becoming a better me. I'm getting stronger in what I'm looking to achieve. I'm actually learning and growing because I need, you know, that's what I need to get to where I want to go. Mm-hmm. I'm getting more consistent in my habits. I'm getting more self-belief in what I'm doing and moving through it. And so that messy middle is such an amazing time to help us to grow. And you know, it goes back to the farmer and the sowing and the reaping of planting time. You know, the farmer, you know, we all know that a farmer plants, and then there's a season that he's got to work everything, the ground, the soil, the water, the atmosphere, environment, everything for that crop to actually produce and to be reaped. And in that middle messy season, for him to reap or harvest, to reap a harvest, during that middle season, you gotta take care.
It's nurture. Time. That middle part is time, and nobody likes that time. Everybody wants plant reap, plant reap, plant reap. Right? Yeah. Isn't that what you would want?
I would want that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the way
it goes. It doesn't work that.
Yeah.
And during that time in the middle there, that's actually when the plant, like if a plant or a crop was put in the ground and then within 2 days it popped up and it was ready to go, it wouldn't be strong.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Right.
It's actually got to grow roots, and it's got to grow its stem and whatever it grows, vines, whatever it may be. No matter what's planted, it's got to take some time to grow strong to be able to produce that great fruit, to be able to produce that great harvest.
Like our marriage.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy, hang tight for the relationship part. Oh boy, do we have a story for you. No, I don't. No,
you're not. I'm saying that. That's not.
I just wanted to let them know. Tantalize their
yes
taste
relationship
buds.
chat is good, and the inspiration to finish us off.
Oh yeah.
But that middle part, that's when you grow strong. It just doesn't.
Right.
You don't just start and then boom, I'm there, and it's all good.
Right.
You got to grow in the strength in the middle.
Right, and I do want to say Don't stop in the middle.
I should bounce on the table.
Don't stop in the middle. Just keep moving. Press on. This is what I have to say to myself every single morning with my cup of coffee and God. Actually, God tells me, keep going, girl. And remember that winners control their thinking. Winners win, losers lose. Which one do you want to be? The only reason I have these popping out of my mouth is because I have signs all over the place. I got this dream board. Rubio, I got that dream board. You got your dream board ready? I've been harping on him.
There's a call out.
Rubio, have you gotten your dream board ready? Anyway, on my dream board it says winners win. And you know what? I'm a winner, but I'm only a winner if I get up and show up and do my best that I can for that day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And not beat ourselves up. Be our best friend. Because we got to stop beating ourselves down. That was a lesson that I've learned in this messy middle is be nice to yourself.
To yourself.
Yeah. And remember, like my therapist says, you're human first. And you know what? Humans are human. And we mess up. And just be nice to yourself. So that's what I just wanted to say. Did you want to, you've already talked about the rhythm of life with the seed.
Yeah.
And the intermediate phase, however, is where the true test of patience and resilience lies. That's where your patience, just so you know, I'm not naturally a patient person. Are you? Yeah, you are. You really are a very patient person.
Yeah, I'm pretty patient.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's another reason why I was so attracted to you.
I would say that was definitely one of them.
And peaceful. Plus his long beard down to here and his long hair down to there. And
Save it.
So handsome back in 1980 to me at the time and still is. But yeah, that middle part is the patience and the resilience is where that stuff grows.
And we all need to grow that.
Yeah.
It's important in life.
Right.
If you're not patient in life, you're going to be frustrated constantly. You know, it might not be today, but tomorrow you will be. There's always something going on that could throw you off.
Rubio, the confession comes. No, I still don't have one. I have a group of around 5 people that keep harping. I'm not harping on you. I'm just telling you, Rubio. I know you'll get it done. I can't wait to hear all about it.
All about it.
It will serve you well, buddy boy.
You know, another thing that helped me and is helping me in our middle seasons, and again, we have a big project we're in the middle season, and I've also got 2025 projects I'm in the middle season of, is the understanding that this is vital. This is important. This isn't just like, oh, this is horrible, it's yucky, it's, you know, all this and that. For me, and you said it perfectly, that we have to have control of our thoughts.
Right.
And what really works for me, and hopefully maybe this resonates with you, is I have to put it onto a positive spin. It's just what works for me. If I'm going to remain patient and peaceful, I've got to be looking at this time that this is good for me. This is a vital time. This is doing a lot of greatness within me, growing me, making me stronger, growing my character, all those areas. Because if in these messy middle seasons, whatever they may be for you, wherever you're at, if I'm just concentrating on like, oh, this is horrible, as Rubio said, it's the suck, I don't like this is no good, then I can guarantee you I am going to be frustrated. I'm not going to be feeling right. My shoulders are going to be slumped. I'm not going to feel good. I've got to embrace the positive aspects of the messy middle, or I'm done. That's for me personally, and that's what works for me, and maybe that'll work for you. I've got to be looking at this season like, hey, if this is going on, then this is good for me. Right.
If a problem shows up, say it's good for you. You're gonna learn something good. If something bad happens to you, just say this is good. Don't deny how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, feel it
Yeah.
But just realize, even in the Bible, in Romans 8:28, God says, I make all things work together for the good. That's God's promise.
Yeah.
So let's just look at everything that happens that we're not happy with. Just realize something good is going to come from this. Whether it builds my relationship, my character, finances, health. Yeah, that's really that's so good. I have to remember that more.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Because I really get sucked into the emotional part. The emotions can really...
Right.
But if you just get intellectual about it and go, wait a minute, there's a promise in the Bible that says God makes all things work for the good.
Yeah.
Then, okay, let's look at this. How is this good? So that's...
Yeah. And it's okay to acknowledge where you are in that season. Yes, acknowledge it, but then don't stay stuck there. Then start realizing how good this can be for you.
Yeah.
And because it will be, because if you are going to get to where you want to go, this is vital. It's a very, very important season. And that's the way to look at it.
Good, hon.
All right, so just a couple, yes?
Wow, you're really way ahead. There's so many things I wanted to talk about.
Well, you talk about them.
Oh.
I'm not trying to go...
No, I know.
Anyway.
It's just that, wow, you're zipping through. Zipping through.
Oh, it's mostly zipped
you're
up
on
here.
page,
I'm just talking about personal stuff.
You're on page 4. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So just remember, would you like to eat a ripe, beautiful, soft, buttery avocado?
Yum.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Or would you rather, well, that's because it's ripe and it's grown, it's gone through its messy middle of developing.
It's ready.
Or would you like to cut into a hard, rock hard avocado and not be able to open it and eat it? Of course you wouldn't, because it's not ready. So that's why we got to have the messy middle. I like giving people pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to wait till something's ready.
Yeah. Do you want to be a hard avocado, or do you want to be a ripe avocado ready to be eaten by the world?
Yes.
With your beautiful fruit to serve and fill them up with nutrition. Love nutrition and inspiration. And
Nice.
yeah. Okay, so that's that page.
Yeah.
Now I'm
But
going to catch
that's
up
how
with
it
you.
works with all these different things. you
Yeah.
know? So I want to say...
Where are you?
I'm just going to talk about the rewards, because when we go through these frustrations of the middle and we're developing and we're building ourselves, we want to remember the rewards of the reaping, of when we get there, that success, that harvest when we get there. Maybe you were working on relationships, in an area of relationships.
We're always working on a relationship.
We are, but I mean, others might be working in other areas,
Yeah.
with maybe it's themselves, with kids, with family, mothers, daughters, who knows who it might be. But in the relationships, you've worked through a season. Just think of the rewards where there's some relationships that were healed, that were bringing people together. I mean, how beautiful can that be, where you said, hey, I want to work through a process of healing this relationship, and you get there and that relationship is healed because you've done the work in that messy middle season to get there. How beautiful is that when those relationships are healed?
Mm-hmm.
How about something like addictions, and you want to overcome addiction, and you've started and you've hit that messy middle where, oh my gosh, am I going to make it? Am I going to be able to overcome? Am I going to get through this? Can I sustain it? Can I be resilient through all this? And you've really moved past it. And yes, you are overcoming whatever that addiction may be, and you're on the other side, and you're feeling beautiful about yourself and fantastic. I mean, how good is that? I mean, these are the things we want to think about when we're actually in that middle. Keep the picture of where you want to go.
Because in the Bible it says, without a vision, the people give up. So that's why vision boards are good, or have a sign in your kitchen like we do that says, hold the image of who you're going to be, who you're becoming, because your brain goes towards images. It works towards pictures. And if you've got a picture of your finances being healed, your body being healed, that's where your brain's going to take you. So
Vision
hold
board?
the
What's this
vision.
vision board?
But even if you don't want a vision board, okay, if it's too much work, I understand that, because it is work to find all the things that you want and put it on big piece of board paper, but have a vision in your mind of where am I going? Hold the image of where am I heading to? Because if not, if you don't have that vision in your mind, you will be literally like a paper cup in the wind in the parking lot, and you will blow hither and thither and land anywhere in the parking lot, and you'll go, I don't want to be here. Well, it's your choice to not have in your mind where you want to go.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people, like now they're heading into their 60s and going, oh my gosh, is this it?
Yeah.
And you and I are like, wait, no way, this is not it. We're going further.
Yeah.
We're taking care of this and this
Yeah.
for a better next 30, 40 years.
Yes.
Because we've made that decision. And people can make that decision.
I agree.
But it's going to be a messy middle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because the environment around you is not encouraging you to think like that. It's encouraging you, it's telling you, 60s, 70s, 80s, you're going to be sick and unhealthy like you're seeing everybody else around you. That doesn't have to be.
Right. Yeah, and
it does not have to be.
And with in the area of health, which is our area of expertise, is, when you're in that messy middle, just keeping the picture of where you want to go and getting through this time and moving and just, looking and going, okay, I'm looking to reverse and overcome type 2 diabetes, and you're moving through it. You're getting better and better, and sometimes, some week, it's not gone well, and it gets better and better, and within time, it could be within weeks and months, possibly years for you. It just depends. But now you've overcome that, and that's no longer part of who you are, and that has nothing to do with you. That's now in the past. That the habits to move through that. Keep that picture of like, wow, this is amazing, this is so beautiful, because that picture will help
propel you,
take you through,
and it will propel you. That picture will propel you, and if you just surrender to the tunnel that you have to go through to get to that picture, instead of fighting the tunnel, because it will be windy. Then just slide on.
You mean you'll have some headwinds?
Yeah, you'll have some headwinds. Life will headbutt you. Just let it be a blip in the road, a blip in the tunnel, and move through it.
Yes, any final thoughts, my dear, on
No, honey, I think that was pretty
season,
good. No, just accept the fact that if you're going to change and grow and become a better you, you're going to have that middle part.
Yeah. You're going to set a goal, you're going to set a dream. There's going to be a middle part where you got to work through.
Right. There's dream, middle, time, and then victory, goal, achieving it.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
And the best thing you could do, I want to leave you with this thought, the best thing you can do in that messy middle season is to look at it like, embrace it. This is great. This is doing something wonderful. Have that picture of where you're going. Keep that in front of you and embrace what it's doing for you, because you will grow and become the best you moving through into that next phase of your life, whatever it may be. Embrace the beauty of it all.
I'm just thinking, I just had an idea because I've just put something in notes.
Yes.
For inspiration that I saw Joe Rogan talk about today. It's a 2-minute thing. Do you think we could pull that up now? Can I know exactly where it is. Can I just try and get it? I just want to show you something, because Michael was talking about, the word good, seeing it as good. And I just put this into my inspiration thing, and I'm going to be watching it when it's right here.
Yeah, that's not going to play up there, huh?
It's not?
No. I have to set it up and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
so,
too bad.
That's not going to play.
Okay, too bad. Anyway, maybe next time. Sorry to tease you. Okay.
All righty. So,
Thank you for
that.
trying.
I didn't know where you were going. It's like,
oh,
wait,
no,
you can't just play them. I've got to set. The producer actually set up a video. If you're going to play a video,
Really?
But yes, I can set
You
that
can't
up.
just make it.
No,
Okay.
no, I can set that up for the future if you want, but
Yeah,
not
it just kind of was a
yeah.
download for me right now. I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yes, we can tell who's the producer here.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just make that happen.
I'm
Okay.
just the doctor.
Oh, we love.
I got
some
the
fun.
easy part. You have the hard part, really.
I've loved this discussion on the messy middle, and next up we're going to get into our relationship chat. But before we do that, I have something really important I want to discuss with everyone. And if you have children, or you know of somebody who has children, which is probably all of us, something very, very important on Doctor on a Mission. We have a free resource, a guidebook that I put together called Smart Eating for Smart Kids, Fueling Your Child's Brain for Success. This is a free guidebook because understanding the fact that for children, I mean, we develop our brains until the age of 25. At the age of 25, our brain is fully developed and we move on from there. But in these early stages,
And we can repair our brain after 25.
we
I
can
just
repair
want to let
it,
them
we can
know.
grow it, we can shrink it
That's
depending on
right.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
But in these early stages, the brain is developing and growing. So it's so important, especially from the nutritional part, that we have smart eating so that our kids' brains can develop well. And in this guidebook, you're going to find the importance of nutrition in brain development. A couple cool chapters. I'm just highlighting a couple that I've got in there that I think you'll find very exciting if you're a parent. Like I said, if you're anybody that has kids, it'd be great for them to tap into this. I've got healthy snack ideas, a whole chapter on that in there. I know every parent's like, oh my gosh, give me some ideas for these kids that are healthy. Strategies for picky eaters. That's an amazing one too, because kids are picky eaters, and if we give in to them, they're just going to eat the stuff, and so we want to be the one who are doing the parents to bring that healthy food to them.
And that's because you were the stay-at-home dad with 2 picky eaters.
I had 2 picky eaters at home,
Yes.
so we had to do that, right? And brain boosting foods and key nutrients for brain development and all that. So on the drmission.com website, just look for the free resource for your guidebook for smart eating for smart kids, fueling your kids' brain for success. So important to get them started off on the right track. And while we're here, just briefly, in case you want to find us on social media at any time to get daily insights and inspiration, just look for @Doctor on a Mission on social media. You'll find us there. All right. So now let's get into a relationship chat. Are you ready, my dear?
Absolutely. Are you ready?
Of course I'm ready.
Okay.
And then, Isabel and I find this to be so important. I mean, we've been together now for 45 years and just still working on it. I mean, it's important to continue working on it. Mm-hmm. The thing that we talked about a week or two ago, I just want to bring this up briefly, is that we know the statistics show that 50% of marriages end in divorce. Most have probably heard of that. It's a horrible statistic, but it is. But that 50% that stays together, is there a number?
They aren't that happy. Let's just put it that way. It's the ones that have a united goal, a mission, a project together are the happiest of the 50 that make it. So that's not a lot because a lot of people don't have that.
So of the 50%
I don't
that
know
stay
the numbers.
together,
Yeah.
Well, I think the article said that a majority are unhappy
Because they're together because of finances,
kids,
home situation, religion, society.
society. They're just together.
Dependence.
They're roommates now.
They're just
not,
roommates,
And it's not really a husband and wife situation. So to have that happy husband and wife situation later on in life, one of the main things that they discovered is that the husband and wife have like common goals that they both look to achieve. They're working together on some different goals. They're doing things together and enjoying each other's company, and there's an inspirational bond that holds them and keeps them strong moving forward. So we found that to be very important. So we always want to have a relationship chat here at the MD and Chef Team Show because you and I feel that is very, very important. And we can all grow in that area because we want to see people having fantastic relationships and
marriages, yeah,
and what we
relationships,
and
yeah.
what we talk about can be any relationship,
right?
You know, with your children or friends or family or whatever it may be.
So on that note, thank you, babe.
Yes.
So the topic for today on relationship chat is respect. RESPCT. Find out what that means to me, which you found out this morning. Find out what it means to me. Boom, 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 boom. Give it to me. Yeah. So
Intro.
So the definition of respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone brought on by their ability, qualities, or achievements. Okay, so that's the definition of respect, which means a deep admiration, just really like admiring that person. And this morning,
Well, and before you say that,
I got stopped.
No, just before
I got
you
the
say
hand.
that,
Look at this. I got the hand.
Before you say that, you know, when we're preparing for this area and talking about respect, I mean, there's many, many, many examples, of course, over 45 years we could use, we could talk about, we could bring up, you know, but I was thinking myself as I was doing some study in this area last night for the show today, I was thinking, wow, you know, if we just had, I was just trying to think, do I have something right now? Is there something right now in that area
live.
that's, you know, just happened?
That's live.
Yeah, that we could bring up.
That's got a pulse.
Like, no, I mean, there's other things in the past, and there's a lot. Okay, well, we'll just stick with those. And of course,
boom! It happened.
So
I was minding my own business,
Yeah.
waking up, making our coffee this morning as I normally do. And Michael's sitting in the red chair and I'm in the kitchen, and I was like sharing a really difficult, painful situation to him. And, you know, as I'm opening up something, and then I look up and he's looking in his phone. And I was like, are you listening to me? You know, because it is so disrespectful that when somebody is talking to you, for you to have your face in the phone. And I got mad.
Yeah.
And I just let him know, babe, I'll forget it. You let me know when you're ready, and I'll come back when you're ready. You know, and then you're like, oh no, I'm sorry. I was like, no, I don't want to.
I apologized and said I was sorry because I realized I was being disrespectful.
Totally disrespectful. And I had to get my attitude right because I was like ready to just start a fight. But I am learning to avoid fights like I avoid rattlesnakes. And so I said, Isabel, get a hold of yourself. So I continued to make your coffee and my coffee, and we carried on. And so we went for a walk later on in the morning, and I was like, I'm going to use that as an example for respect.
Yeah, it is. It's a great example.
Yeah. So how do you build respect? One, when somebody's talking to you, please look at them. Put your phone down.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people we do what we just did this morning, you know. And I know the attraction of the phone. The dopamine hit is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was in competition with your dopamine. And what I was sharing was not dopamine exciting. It was dopamine exhausting. And so of course, like I know what's happening, but I'm like, you should be smarter than that and get a hold of your dopamine, baby. But you didn't. You hadn't even had your coffee yet that I had made you. So anyway, when somebody is talking to you, please show them respect and let them know that you care and you respect them by paying attention. Get off your phone. Get out of your book. Look up. Look at them. Don't go, What did Rubio say? Face in phone is equivalent to saying, I don't care what you are even saying. Yeah, listen to Rubio. I always say, if you can't look at me in the eyes, stare at my forehead, since it starts above my eyes and just keeps on going. I know. Anyway, you apologized and I forgave you.
Yeah.
which was good.
Well, and again, that goes back to respect too. Is listen, we all make mistakes. It's just the way it happens. But if we do, then also be respectful to acknowledge, yep, I was wrong. I apologize. Yeah, I made a mistake on that one. No good. Let's circle back. We call it circling back. Or if you know about golf and a mulligan, can I have a mulligan on that, please? And let's circle back.
That would have been funny for you to say that.
Yeah,
that would have made me laugh.
I didn't think of it at the time. I was like, whoa, I just messed up.
You were busted, buddy.
I was busted. I wasn't quite awake yet, but hey, I got busted. And it was my own fault because I was wrong.
That would have been funny. Remember that next time.
Can I have a mulligan, please?
Yeah. And I would have said laughed, and then you would have.
Yeah.
It would have endeared me.
Yeah.
Instead.
But the point when we are disrespectful, and whether we realize it ourselves or we get called out on it, then don't double down on it and not apologize and admit, hey, I was wrong. Apologize for that. Sorry. I'll work on that area or whatever you want to say.
And you did. You did a great job of owning it and apologizing it. And that was great.
Since I knew it right away, I was like, oh, yeah, whoops, what am I doing? I got sucked in.
Yeah.
It's like what you said, the dopamine hit,
Yeah.
And for me, in our time together, one of the most important things with respect is how we talk to each other or about each other, either when we're together somewhere out in society in public or when we're alone in public with others. Like if I'm, let's say, on the golf course, or if I'm out somewhere and Isabel's not with me, I can say never, ever, ever have I said, oh yeah, my old lady this, or, oh, she's just, or, yeah, that's, just that kind of junk. But I hear it.
Oh, I know.
Others.
I know. It's dreadful.
It's horrible. Or, let's say you and I are at a party together and somebody they're kind of maybe bashing their spouse or not talking nicely. Well, we never get dragged into that conversation. Because
we step away from that buffet.
Step away from that because either we might just say, oh, well, actually, I don't feel the same. I mean, we're in love. And maybe it shuts down the conversation, or just step away from the conversation. But just, that respect needs to go outside the door, outside the house, into public. And even, if you're alone, don't get caught out on doing that. Ruby says, owning it is huge. You can even get more points in the long run. Ah, yes.
You can, you will. That's very huge.
Get your brownie points.
Yeah. Filling up their love tank. So how do you build respect? I just kind of want to...
And Ruby, I just have one question. What do you think of the love language book? Do you
I don't know.
That book?
I don't know I don't know that book.
Yeah, I don't know that book. Sorry.
How to build respect. 1, talk about everything, even if it hurts. So the story. So you don't create the wrong story in your brain, and keep your tone down and no yelling. Now, I don't know about you, but I can create quite a dramatic story in my brain, and it can develop into a cyclone. So for your own sake, talk about it, no yelling, and just share your heart. And I did. I was like, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sharing you with you. Yeah, anyway. Thanks for listening. Number 2, the glue that keeps the marriage together is respect. I truly believe it. And it's critical for you to believe in your partner and that they're doing the best they can at the time. Michael was doing the best he could without his coffee. I know that. Another thing I came to understand.
Without my coffee. I'm not that bad without my coffee, but it was early. Yeah.
But the one thing that really came to me while I was drinking my coffee and having my God time is that Michael, and this is respectful, okay?
Yeah.
You're a human being. Human beings are human beings, and they do silly things, and they aren't perfect. Michael's not perfect. I'm not perfect. And I just have to understand that. And so this is for me, this is a revelation I'm sharing. It might help 1 or 2 people out there listening. For me, my perfect friend is Jesus. Like, Jesus will never let me down. And he said so today. He said, Isabel, I'm always here. I will never let you down. Michael's doing the best he can. And you are doing the best you can. You know, you're pretty awesome. But you're not perfect. But I do have a perfect friend, and his name is Jesus. And he'll never let me down. And you're not jealous about that.
No.
You're just like, phew, I'm off the
I'm off the hook. I'm not perfect. Yay!
yeah, you're not on a stool. What's the word? You're not up on a podium. I don't put Michael up on
Yeah.
what's
Up on the stage, up on a podium, up on...
What's that word?
Up on a throne.
Yeah, I used to put Michael up on the throne that he needed to be perfect, but he's not perfect, but Jesus is perfect, and so...
And that's a good thing, too, because that doesn't do me... But, there's no way I can live up to that. To
Right.
put on a throne.
I know, I'm setting you up for failure.
Right. And the same thing, if I was to do that to you, like, Isabel can never make a mistake, and she makes a mistake. Oh my gosh, you make a mistake. I mean, I've had you up here, it doesn't work that way. That's not respect. When we talk about respect, it's not putting the other person on some pedestal.
That's the word we were looking for, pedestal.
Not putting this person on a pedestal that, they never make a mistake and they're so perfect, they got it so going. That's unfair too. That's not respectful. Yeah. That's unfair to the other person to do that. And, because that can cause hurt by doing that.
Or retaliation.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I won't say the other example because we got to keep rolling.
Yeah.
So I have a poem for Michael, and it's not your perfect poem. It's not a poem like a poem, but it's my poem. Michael takes... So for me, when I say I respect Michael, I mean it in the deepest sense. I respect his patience. I respect his commitment to be a good person here on this earth. I respect his commitment in taking great care of his health. Because when Michael takes great care of his health, this is an aside on the poem, because when Michael takes great care of his health, I don't have to. He's responsible. I'm just his side partner helping him along the journey. I respect his love for our family. I respect his perseverance. I respect his personal and spiritual development. And I respect he never talks badly about me to others, and so many do. And he's worked so hard on our marriage so that it works well. And that's my poem after just thinking, what is my respect for Michael? And those are the areas. So the big take home is work on respect. It's a lifelong commitment. It's a lifelong surrender. I'm using the word surrender because you know what? It takes courage to surrender. We all have this thing called pride, like, I know the right thing to do. Well, I'll let you know, pride is my thorn. I've come to understand that after so many years. Pride is my thorn, as you have come to understand. And it takes a lot of courage to just lay down your pride and just say, I surrender to whatever I need to do to become a better person, to respect the other person, respect you. So I surrender. And it's not like you're in control of me. It's I surrender to Jesus to show me how to be a good wife, a loving wife, a forever wife. Your cape, Superman.
Thank you.
So that's respect.
Yeah, that's our relationship chat. Hey, and let us know what you think about respect and what works for you and your relationship. What do you see with the word respect? Because that word is bantered around so much. Oh, respect. I got respect. Well, how does that work? How does that show? How do you show that? What's it mean to you? So let us know if you catch us in the replay or anywhere along in the comments. What does that word respect mean to you? So as we kind of wrap up now, I want to leave us with some inspiration. And this is for all of us. Well, the whole show is for all of us. But it's really about who's going to help you. Because if we're sitting around waiting for, somebody else, the government, society, the banks,
the healthcare system.
The healthcare system, especially in the world of health. If we're waiting for somebody else to come and help us, you're going to be waiting a long time, and you're probably going to end up in trouble. Because, I relate this to the fact that, and let's talk about health. I have to take that upon myself. One of the problems that Isabel and I see lots of times, and Isabel as a frontline medical doctor sees it so often, that when people come to her, it's because they have waited too long. They haven't been taking care of the things they need to do. They have been looking at the system to take care of them when they need to take care of it. And yes, she's going to do everything she can to help them. Same thing with coaching.
Because there's a lot that can happen.
Yes.
Even far down the line.
Right.
Like, I want to give them encouragement that it doesn't, everything's reversible, but there comes a point where you're off the cliff.
Yeah, you've fallen off the cliff, and now it's kind of time out.
Yeah. Time out. Yeah.
Like, I don't always feel like working on my health, because it's a daily thing. I think we've talked about this before. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard if you want to follow through with the daily habits of good health. It's going to be hard if you want to follow through with the daily habits of having good financial wisdom. It's going to be hard on the daily habits to follow through if you want to have a good lasting relationship. That's all going to be hard if you want great results. But it's also hard if you don't do the daily habits to have good health. It's going to be hard on the other end, because now your health is very poor and you're not doing well. It's going to be hard if you don't learn good financial habits and good financial wisdom. And on the other end, if everything implodes and falls apart, that's hard. It's going to be hard with the relationship if you don't do the daily habits you need to do. And now done on the other end, everything's fallen apart because you didn't do what you need to do. So there's going to be a hard to do what you need to do to get to where you want to go, or there's going to be a hard where it all falls apart at the end. So you might as well
pick your hard.
Pick your hard, and to pick my hard is doing the daily habits I need to do with health. Do I want to work out, fitness-wise every day? No. I worked out earlier this morning for 25 minutes after taking a really good walk, and we had the show today, we got other things on. I did not feel like doing it, but here's what all helps though. I get to do it. I've had to learn to change my mindset of I got to do this, I've got to go work out, I've got to eat healthy today, I've got to make sure I have some salad, some certain amount of protein and good fats, I've got to eat well, I need to get out and get some steps in and get some walk today, I've got to do some mental work today, I've got to do some business work. Changing that from a got to do it attitude to I get to do it attitude totally flips the switch. Say to yourself, I get to eat healthy today. Because if you're in a part of the world where you can buy fresh fruits and vegetables, where you can buy good food, where you can fill your pantry with good quality food, you get to do that. That's a blessing. Mm-hmm. If your body is functioning, your senses and your limbs and things are functioning, that you get to do some fitness, you get to either walk or do some kind of a fitness, then that's a blessing. You get to do that. If you have enough finances that you even have some finances to work with, or even your brain is functioning, where you get to learn some new wisdom and some new skills, you get to do that. That's beautiful. So what I have found with when we're talking about who's going to help you, and it's you, bottom line is, you're the one that's going to help you. They're not coming to save you. They're not knocking on your door. Hello, we're here to save you. It doesn't work that way.
Unless it's Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
Jesus will save you.
He's knocking on your door. You just got to let him in.
Yeah. Let him in and he'll be your best friend.
But other than Jesus, they're not coming to save you when there's nobody knocking on your door, so it's up to you. So one of the best things I can say to you today and moving forward is you get to do these different things. I get to live healthy. I get to have good financial wisdom. I get to have a business. I get to have a job. Oh, I got to go to this job. I get to have a job today. Get rid of the...
That's really good, honey.
Get rid of the...
Yeah.
Oh, I got to. Do the I get to. And that will totally change your mindset, totally change how you're thinking. And you will take back being in charge of your life. So I want to leave you with that today.
Yeah, so show up for yourself is the bottom line. Show up for yourself.
Show up for yourself.
Every day. If you want. If you don't want, that's okay too. But we're just letting you know. Nobody's coming to rescue you.
Well, my dear, any final thoughts before we...
Nope. That's it.
That's all good?
That's a wrap-a-roo. Thank you,
Well,
Rubio, for helping us with our microphone idea.
Yep, thank
problem,
you. Yep.
issue, circumstance.
If you caught us from the beginning, you would have seen, so we had some audio problem, and we've got that all worked out. So you wake up on the right side of the dirt, you already have some positive start your day. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Rubio, for that comment. So, yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us. Sometimes technical difficulties when you got a live show. So now you know it is live.
It's a real show.
So thank you so much for joining us.
We are not AI.
And just know that you can check more about us on DoctorOnAMission.com. And if you want to join us on social media, that's at Doctor on a Mission. Look for that handle, and that's us. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to be able to share with you today all the different thoughts that's going on. Fight through the messy medical. Fight through the messy medical.
Yeah, fight through the messy medical too.
Yeah.
To take control of your health.
Fight through the messy middle. It will serve you well. Embrace that journey in the messy middle. Respect in relationship. So important. And you get to do all the great healthy habits that you're about to launch into.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Time. Bye for now.
Peace be with you today and always.
Bye-bye. If you're part of that 70% who haven't subscribed yet, well, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can come along with us. Give us a like. Thanks.